A synagogue is formed by its members. It's not formed by authority of any sort. A group of people want to form a congregation, and so they do, right? They have a little startup congregation. They have to go out and hire a rabbi. Sometimes there's a rabbi who wants a congregation. He's got his own ideas, right? A very innovative rabbi. And so he runs around trying to convince congregants that they want to support him in a congregation. So it will go either way. But the thing is that you have this startup congregation, but the congregation is its own thing. The people hire the clergy. It's not that the people hire the clergy, the people run the congregation. This has two implications for the community as a whole. One is that when each congregation is independent like that, it's inefficient for any one congregation to engage in the kind of activities, the charitable activities that religions do. For example, the support of widows and orphans. If the congregations are that fragmented, one congregation might have a lot of widows and orphans and the other one not very many, and so the community has to support these charities. And there are other charities too, vocational training, absorption of immigrants, supporting old age homes or nurseries. These are generally done by para-religious organizations. Think paramedic, paralegal. These are para-religious organizations that are abundant throughout the American Jewish community. You have, there's all the fundraising organizations, like the United Fund, the Jewish United Fund, or the UJA, all the things I've mentioned, the old age homes, the Jewish community centers, the various charities, organizations that support various activities in Israel. All of these are considered Jewish organizations, and they are Jewish organizations, but they have no intrinsic religious content. They don't provide the religious good, but they are part of what a religious community does. And so we call them para-religious organizations. In a state monopoly, when there's a state religion, the state church, the religious hierarchy of the state, takes care of these things. But in a congregational system where there's a lot of competition, we get these organizations to do it. And again, these organizations come, because they are needed and because people form them the way any competitive market works. The other thing that you find in a competitive religious market that you don't see in a state monopoly are the umbrella organizations. Umbrella organizations are organizations of synagogues, like the Union of American Hebrew Congregations, or the United Synagogues of America, or the Orthodox Union. They form the religious, whatever there's going to be in the religious hierarchy that you would have if you had a state religion with a chief rabbi, but you don't have it when you have congregation-based structures. So the umbrella organizations, for example, the difference is in an umbrella organization, the members are not people. The members are synagogues. So each synagogue has one vote or pays one set of dues. And the rabbinic, the halachic boards in the United States are formed by the union, the umbrella organizations, not by the individual congregations. So this is I've gone through the competitive model in the example of competition in the United States because it's something people don't usually think about. A religious monopoly compared to the competition, it has advantages. It's centrally organized. If it's a religious monopoly conferred by the state, it has to have a head that the state can talk with, right? So there has to be a chief rabbi because the chief rabbi is the spokesperson the connection between the state and the Jewish community. And the authority comes down from the state to the chief rabbi, and then from there down to the grassroots level. Like any monopoly, it develops a bureaucracy, right? That's its nature. And the bureaucracy has to be supported. And the bureaucracy of the religious bureaucracy, just like the bureaucracy at General Motors, doesn't have the same incentives to be responsive to consumer demand the same way that a competitive producer would have. So you can take this analogy as far as you want, right? Or you can stop there if you want. Adam Smith in The Wealth of Nations has a paragraph in which he talks about the inefficiency of religious education because there's a state religion and the clergy are getting fat and unresponsive. It is an interesting analogy, and there's some interesting work that's been done with it, and I think it has relevance for Judaism today.